We have basically two levels of so-called defilements when we talk about ignorance, but also when we talk about our qualities such as love and patience and stability and wisdom and so on. There is a more conceptual, gross level, and there is a more subtle, spontaneous level of these emotions and these states of mind. So these states of mind that we need to transform, such as eliminating ignorance and developing wisdom, for instance, or developing love and compassion and eliminating selfishness, we need to go from a gross level, which is more conceptual, to a deep, spontaneous way. Whatever we transform in a deep, spontaneous level, we bring this level of realization to our next lives. Okay? But the goal is that we need to make this transformation at a very subtle level. So, during our normal life, we are mostly connected in a gross level, mostly conceptually. So it takes a long time to bring something from the conceptual level down to the deep, subtle level of our mind. But there are few moments during our life, and most of all in the moment of our death, that naturally the mind goes from the gross to the subtle to the very subtle. So whenever the mind manifests at a very subtle level, it will take the direction that is given by the last gross thought. For instance, when we fall asleep, at a certain level this happens. So the last thought we have as we fall asleep, it will influence the direction of our subtle thoughts during our sleep and dream. Similar to that, when we die, what happens is that the last thought that we have in the moment of death, it will direct the mind in the subtle level. That will direct the mind in a very subtle level. So if we were to be able to generate in the process of death a state of love and wisdom, which is called the absolute bodhicitta, which is the mind of love and compassion that realizes the true nature of reality, if we were able to generate that in the moment of death, we will naturally bring that state of mind from a gross to a subtle to a very subtle level. And so we will oppose ourselves to our own ignorance at a very subtle level. And this is something incredibly important to do. So from that point of view, death is one of the most wonderful opportunities we have during our life, if we know how to direct it well. That's why normally the yogis, the great practitioners, they prepare their whole lives for their own death, because that's a very, very special opportunity.